So hello guys, and welcome back finally to a Two Ordinary Guys video where I'm sitting down here and talking to you guys about the course, what I'm doing at university, the exams and stuff like that. I haven't caught up since I've been on placement, which was about March time. Is it March time? Yeah, March time, something like that. So first of all, I wanted to mention a little bit about placement, what I've been doing on placement. Not mentioning too much because obviously I don't want to get in trouble or something like that, but you do need to be careful on what you mention about stuff when you're in this profession now. I've come to notice, so I'm trying to educate myself and follow the policy strictly on social media and stuff like that. So I'm learning that way as well. But I wanted to stress that placement for me has really opened my eyes on this job, and it's made me really understand that this is the job I really want to go into. I was always a strong believer that I would kind of know if this profession was for me by the time I go on placement, and it kind of shows on the dropout rate when people go on placement. There's a lot of people that have dropped out during the time we have started placement, so it is sad to see people go that you've seen on the course, and I guess that's kind of what it is really. But I have seen some stuff on placement without going into too much detail about them, and it's really made really opened my eyes on the profession, and I'm so looking forward to going back on placement now. I've finished now, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. But yeah, so we have to fill out these yellow books on placement. I could find it for you. So I've got mine in here. 2 seconds. It's a huge folder. So this is the book. I can't even hold it. It's too big. Oh my god, it's a chaos. Right, that's the folder. And what we have to do really is, over the duration of the first year, we get 3 books, so first, second and third year. And you basically have to fill out on the competencies that you go to. So if you went to a COPD patient, there'll be competencies that you need to fill in for that patient as well. So and your mentor then would work with you and sign you off through these competencies. And I think there's quite a lot of competencies. I think there's like 20 competencies, so there's quite a lot. And I need to ask the university if I can do a video explaining this book, because it'd be quite beneficial for you guys to see that. I'm not going to mention any job that I've been to in this book, but it'd be kind of nice for you guys to see the book. I think that'd be quite good. I would like to see that if I was prior to university. So, but yeah, so I finished placement, and now I'm currently revising for 3 things. So a couple of weeks ago, I handed in my assignment. It was a 1,000-word assignment talking about reflection and why reflection is important in paramedic practice, which it is so important. Even doing this now is kind of me reflecting on stuff I've done. So it's so important to reflect in this practice anyway. So I quite enjoyed that assignment because it was kind of stuff that I like doing, and it was kind of just talking about what you do and how you reflect in practice. And I got a C on that, which I was I don't want to say I was disappointed, because C is a good grade, but I wanted to get a bit higher because, the module is that assignment and also the OSCE, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. So if you get like a B on that assignment and you pass the OSCE, because it's only a pass or a fail, you would come out with a B. So I was a bit disappointed, but I don't want to say I'm too disappointed, because I am very lucky to get that grade. So on the 3rd of June, we have a 30-minute history taking and clinical exam. And what this involves is basically talking about taking history. So you'd go into a patient, and first, before you go into a patient, you have to pick 5 envelopes. These 5 envelopes will have a certain system on that you would have been revising for prior to this, we've had a lot of lectures on these systems. I don't want to talk about the systems because you might get the same systems, and then that will kind of give you a head start, and I might get in trouble. But you have 5 systems, and we have an actor come in from outside of the university, or it could be a second year. I'm not too sure yet. And then you basically have to run through a complete comprehensive, can't say the word, a good history, basically. Taking a good history, consider infection and control, all stuff like that. And then you do your observations, so you'll show what observations you would do for this patient, and what condition they may have, what system you're assessing. And then you'd have to state, your treatment plan. You could do that after you've taken the observations, or after you've taken the designated history examination. So how I'm going to do it, I'm going to take a history of the patient, and consider your doctor's rate ABC and stuff like that, and then I'm going to do the observations. So all the obs, and you have to basically say on what's kind of the normal parameter of what these obs are. So I'm going to do that, and then you have to say on what system you are going to assess. So it could be, I don't know, the neuro. You're going to do a neuro assessment, for example, and then you would say that, and then you do the neuro assessment. So then you'd have like a tick list of what the assessor's ticking you off on, and you work your way through, checking like the general appearance, the hands, the face, the fine motor skills, say for instance neuro assessment, and stuff like that. Which is, it is quite daunting, because then you have to state medications and stuff like that. But it's good to learn, because you will be doing that on placement. Maybe not on your first placement, but definitely when you go forward, you will have to take the lead on some cases. So I guess it is really important to know, and I'm looking forward. I have learned a lot doing these OSCEs, because you do pick up things and you do get stuck in your head of this and this, and you follow it. I guess it's just a bit stressful at the moment, because I've also got this I'm revising for. I'm trying to focus, because I'm recording this video on, what day is it today? Friday, and the examination is on Monday. So there's a couple of days to go, and it's quite stressful. But I'm also trying to write my 3,000 word assignment in this time as well. My 3,000 word assignment. And also, what else have we got? 3,000 word assignment. And our anatomy and physiology exam, which is, it's like a pathophysiology exam. So there's a lot of stuff that you need to cover in that exam. For example, like anaphylaxis, respiratory, like chronic bronchitis, emphysema. So there's a lot of things, and that's just naming 2. I think there's about 8 topics that we need to know. So my advice would be, prior to university, if I could give you some advice, start looking at anatomy physiology books. Look at some pathophysiology on what the conditions are in the respiratory system, the cardiovascular system, and just look at the systems and start getting like a baseline knowledge of all them systems, and just go in, and it would really help. I think I wish I did that. So if you're wondering why I haven't been uploading as much, obviously, as you guys seen in the last video, I went to Disneyland Paris, which was amazing. My 21st birthday party. What you said, birthday party? Not birthday party. My birthday, which was surprised by Lucy, which was amazing. But I've also been, trying to revise when I get the spare time. So I've kind of pushed YouTube to the side a little bit while I have this time to revise and try and have a social life. But I just want to say I'm not losing interest in YouTube. I have a lot of YouTube videos planned, and I do want to sit down and talk to you a lot more about my first year, and because how I wanted to do it was I wanted to make a video on each assignment that I'm doing, all the important things, like every clinical session, talking about what I've done and stuff like that. And that's what I want to start doing. And I guess it's just difficult trying to find that time and sit down and talk and then edit the video. There's a lot of editing that goes on after I recorded this video, which I'm trying to find time to do and trying to be more counteractive and do that. But you bear with me while I'm taking these exams, and just cross your fingers for me, really. And I'll keep you guys informed. You'll be the first, well, not the first people to know, but I will tell you guys when I get my results. I'm always been completely honest. most people on YouTube come up and say I got an A star in this exam. I try really hard, but I'm not being that sort of person that gets A's. I'm not that academically strong, and I'm quite proud of where I am today. So, I'm always going to be completely honest with what grades I get, and yeah, all I ask of you guys, support me through this. The subscribers are going up as we speak, all the time, and it's amazing to see you guys joining me. And I am very thankful, but yeah, just stay with me through this, and I'll keep you guys informed on how I do throughout this first year, and I look forward to updating you guys later. Make sure you like and subscribe down below, and pass this on to any people that you think might be interested in this kind of stuff, first year paramedics, or people that are looking to apply to Paramedic Science. It'd be also interesting to find out what your university does if you are studying the course, how you guys do it on first year. I think that'd be quite interesting to see. But I will catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye.